Much better quality.
iPhone X, baby.
Alrighty, Sharks, good evening. My name is Colin Sullivan and I go to Valencia College. So distracted driving is a major problem in the United States. Us driving cars regularly and having phones on us, we are aware of the distractions that can be caused by this. In fact, the National Safety Council says 1.6 million crashes are caused from cell phone usage, which comes out to about 1 in every 4 accidents. And I'm sure we're all aware of how hard it can be to stay off your phone while driving, but it's a lot easier said than done a lot of times. Today there's measures that are being made to eliminate how often we are on our phones while driving, but you really only see that in newer cars with things such as Apple CarPlay or Google Play, which will help with voice assist and stuff like heads-up display. But the issue with that is it's only on new cars or cars that have been made within maybe the past 5 years. So what is everyone that has a car that's not 5 years old and still is looking for a way to get off their phones while driving? The answer to that is the front seat driver. This is a Bluetooth attachment that would connect your phone to your car in the sense that the technology is already there with the software that Apple and Android have created, and it's an extension of that by suction cupping to the windshield itself. It will feature only five pieces to it, housed in a sleek design that would be suction cupped to the window, like I said, a speaker to relay either Siri or the Google Play voice for directions, text messages, or notifications, a microphone to communicate back for text messaging or getting directions, a rechargeable battery that is rechargeable with a micro USB port, and the lens, which the lens of this one would project the screen, which would show live, either like a text message or a live GPS footage, directly onto the windshield, as opposed to on a plastic panel, as you'll see in most common heads-up display units. So this is, the target market for this is really anyone that isn't driving a brand new car, and out of the 18 million cars, only like 1.2 are made every year. So there's obviously more cars that would fit into this category. So when it comes down to the front seat driver, it is out of the design phase, and I am currently working on figuring out the total cost of labor and materials. I'm intending to, or it seems like now it would cost right around $50 US to make and produce one unit, and resale would be intended at $199 US. This is where you, Sharks, would get involved. I'm asking for $250,000 for a 25% stake in my company. This is a valuation that may seem high, but I really need it for primarily startup costs and to build a small warehouse to produce this. The other added value is, and why I'm giving away a larger portion of my company in my eyes, is I value the business connections that would be made in marketing and distribution that I simply don't have. So I think this is a great idea. I think it's something that would help all of us in our lives, and who wants to get on board with me?
Well, my question is, do you own a patent for this idea?
So right now I do not have a patent. However, I have 2 patents that are filed. One for the physical design, and the second, which is just of the intellectual property, the idea of it, meaning that my design may not be the best. So if there is a better one, I would at least have the intellectual property to go forth with that, or sell it to a company like Apple or Android.
Okay.
Where do you intend to make the front seat driver? Are you keeping it in the States or going overseas?
Although it would be cheaper to produce it offshores, I would like to make it in the United States. I think that garners in a lot of respect with people that are spending money on things like this, and just keeping the American jobs is something I intend to do.
All right. Well, what separates you from your competitors?
The thing that separates us from the competitors is the quality of the technology that goes into this. You'll see a lot of examples of these that have one component, like just an extension of the talking to Siri, or you'll see just something that has heads-up display. This has everything together, and overall, it's just a better execution of the idea.
So when will I see a return on my investment?
So assuming you, I have 10,000 units sold in the first year, you would have a return of your investment in 4 months, and have a return of $4 million after 1 year, $1.4 million after 1 year.
Yeah.
Sold.
Deal.